Libra, you are up for the December Tarot Energy Reading. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. All right, this is the general reading. The love reading and the money reading will more than likely be up Thanksgiving weekend around that time. So I hope to have those readings up for everyone over Thanksgiving weekend. I'll do some collective readings too. The new moon in Sagittarius, the full moon in Gemini, I will do those readings as well. Whatever reading you watch or listen to, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading energy and tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. Now that I said all that, I need to get a drink of water. I'll start with the Oracle deck and then I'll go into the Tarot deck. And we'll wrap it on up. So, let's get started. May I have the energy for Libra for December? May I have the energy for Libra for December? May I have the energy for Libra for December? What is it that Libra needs to hear? What is it that Libra needs to hear? What is it that Libra needs to hear? May I have a card, please? Thank you. What is this? This actually came out for Cancer. Some of you might have Cancer in your chart. This is one of the cards that came out. There were actually two cards. So this is Santa Muerte, which is Holy Death, and it's not as bad as you think. Because when people see this card, I'm sure they're like, oh my God. No, it's not like that. What this card is about is... because your message is different. I'm picking up a different energy. What this card is about is not being concerned with what the world thinks. One thing about this, if you notice in this picture here, you notice there isn't any skin, or it's giving the appearance of, hold on, I'm trying to turn it so you can see it. It's giving the appearance of, basically it's a skull on her face and there's no skin. One reason about that is because Santa Muerte doesn't concern herself with what people think of the beauty or in this material world. She doesn't concern herself with that. She only concerns herself with, which also she's a guide to help people transition over to the other side. That is one of the things she concerns herself with. Another thing is removing what isn't meant to be. Taking the unneeded stuff out of your life. In doing that. Almost similar to in my, what is the name of that deck? Gods and Titans. Yeah, Gods and Titans. In my Gods and Titans deck. Shiva, who in that deck is the destroyer. There's some similarities here with that. Just think of sort of Scorpio energy, but with a little bit more, I don't want to say rebel, but just with a little bit more flair with this particular card. One thing that also was in this card, and this was in Cancer's reading, is now or never. Meaning either step up or stand aside. It's like, what are you going to do? And honestly, Libra, I'll keep it 100 with you. One thing I've noticed with air signs can be insecure at times. Air signs are extremely intelligent people. And that can sort of like be an air sign's blessing and their curse. Because when it comes to dealing with things that are emotionally related or other things outside of thoughts, intelligence, sometimes it can throw air signs off and they can second guess themselves a lot. And Libra is one sign that does that. And I feel once you step into confidence, once you become decisive about what you want to do, that is when your light will really shine. I feel sometimes for Libra, because I know a lot of Libras. I've dealt with a ton of signs over the years. So I kind of know how the energy goes. One thing about Libras, if they get out of their own way, they can truly embrace their true energy, which technically is the Empress energy. Empress energy, which is Venus. Venus is your planet, as well as Venus is the planet for Taurus too, which is Empress energy. An Empress is very confident. An Empress attracts abundance to her, and it doesn't matter if you're male or female. But going back to that confidence thing, that can be a now or never too. Where it's like, okay, now you're going to step up or you're going to stand aside. So it's now or never. What do you want to do? Are you going to be concerned about how the world views you? Looking at her face. Are you going to be concerned about that? Or are you just going to stand confident and do your thing, regardless of what others say or think? So that is something to keep in mind. Let me take some tarot cards right quick. Will you bring in a new you for the new year? I mean, hey, now or never. May I have the energy for Libra for December? Energy for Libra for December. Ace of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. Energy, and then when I split it, the Wheel of Fortune. Something's going good for you. There's some good energy here. So, just saying. Energy for Libra for December. Can we clarify the card on the table for Libra? Can we clarify the card on the table for Libra? Can we clarify the card on the table for Libra? Okay, this seems to be coming out a lot. Thank you. Wow, I like this energy. Thank you. Lots of confidence. This is what I like to see. This is what I like. That's what I'm talking about. What's at the bottom of the deck? Yeah, okay. So you're being very strategic in this time, is what you're doing. You are being confident. The energy is to be confident here, and that is that energy. You have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is very much in control of their emotions. But they also know how to show emotion. I feel like you're doing that, or you might be dealing with the Scorpio. Because King of Cups is specifically Scorpio energy. But it doesn't have to be. Cups is water. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But I feel you're making a conscious effort to be in control of your emotions. I'm trying to set my water to the side there. And then the other card that came out is the Seven of Wands. This is standing your ground, is what you're doing. So you're standing firm in your beliefs. And you have the high ground for that. And that's fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Also more fire energy, the King of Wands. Again, King of Wands is a very confident king. So I feel that in December, you will tap into this confidence, is what you will do. Now, after the King of Wands is the Sun, Leo energy, which is about happiness. And I think I'm going to title this, Confidence Brings Happiness. That's what I'm going to title your reading. And again, this is Leo energy, is what this is. Also with the Sun, it can be pregnancy too. Because anytime the Sun card comes out, that's one of the things. It can be pregnancy as well. Not really picking up that energy, but I always throw it out as a caveat, just in case. Because you never know. But yeah, confidence brings happiness. And I feel once you remove your limits on what you're doing and stop basing your decisions on what other people may think, that is when you will step into your greatness. That is when happiness will appear. Where you'll bring happiness into your life. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Only worry about what you are doing. Don't worry about what anyone else is thinking. Only worry about what you are thinking. All right? And that is the message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Till next time, Libra, be blessed.